All right, so we're gonna get started in Supta Baddha Konasana. So come onto your back, soles of your feet together, knees open wide, and then bring one hand to your heart, the other to your belly, or you can rest both arms by your sides. And bring your awareness to your breath. Take a big inhale through your nose. Fill up your lungs. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Take a couple more breaths just like that. Just settling into your space. Big inhale through your nose. Sigh it out, let the day go. And then seal your lips, breathe in through your nose. And with that same force that you used for open mouth exhales, exhale through your nose. With each exhale, empty all of the air out of your lungs. So engage your abs, really press the air out. Each inhale, feel your lungs and belly expand. And I challenge you to maintain those even inhales and exhales through your nose throughout class as we link each pose with a posture. And on your next inhale, blink your eyes open, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, side body stretch, bend into one elbow, send the other arm up and over, and then gaze towards the ceiling under your elevated elbow. We're really reaching out through that top hand. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, side body stretch. Bend into that lower elbow, and then gaze towards the ceiling underneath your upper elbow. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, gentle twist. Bring your left hand to your right knee and then rest your right hand at your low back. And then just gently push into your right knee and begin to twist your spine. Sit up nice and tall. And then if it's okay on your neck, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Bring your right hand to your left knee. Rest your left fingertips at your low back on the ground. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And then with your exhale, find a little twist. Maybe send your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Arms up one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Just walk your hands out in front of you and then round your spine, tuck your chin, let your head hang heavy. All right, and then make your way to a tabletop position on your hands and your knees. Stack your wrists under your shoulders, knees under hips. And then find a flat back, really engage your core, squeezing your belly button towards your spine. And then engaging your obliques and the sides of your abs. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, send your tailbone and gaze high. Really grip into your mat with your hands, pull your wrist towards your knees. Exhale, cat pose, round your spine, tuck your chin and your tailbone. Press that space between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. And then move through a couple rounds with your own breath, inhaling for cow pose. Exhale for cat pose. And then come back to that flat back. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. And then take any movements you need here to settle into your downward dog. Pedal out your heels. And then check in with your hands. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide on your mat. You're really pressing into your mat with your index finger and your thumb. Your head and your neck is relaxed. Your gaze is soft between your feet. And then send your tailbone a little bit higher. You want to create a straight line from your wrist through your tailbone. It's okay if your knees bend a little bit to maintain that flat, that straight line from your wrist to your tailbone. And then start to press your heels down into your mat and straighten your legs. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet towards your hands. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart. Bend your knees a lot, bringing your torso onto your thighs. Relax your head, and then you can let your arms hang heavy or interlace your pinkies into opposite elbow crease. Maybe sway side to side. You can play around with straightening one leg, then the other. Release your fingertips towards your mat. Toe heel your feet together. Bring your big toes to touch. Slight space between your heels. Bend your knees, slowly roll up to standing. Exhale, standing at attention. Bring your hands together at heart center. Close your eyes. Spread your toes wide on your mat. Engage your core and then pull your shoulder blades together and down your back. Take a big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Reseal your lips, breathe in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Blink your eyes open, inhale, mountain pose. Reach your hands above your head, palms facing inward, and you want to pull your shoulders away from your ears so your shoulder blades are pulled down your back. Fingers nice and active, still maintaining that core engagement. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, bring your hands through heart center, and then reach for your mat. You can also reach for the backs of your legs. Maybe use your hands to pull your torso a little bit closer to your legs. And then play around with shifting your weight slightly forward into your toes. This will tend to intensify the stretch through your hamstrings and your low back. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back, press into your thighs with your hands. Pull your shoulder blades together so your chest is nice and open. One more inhale. Exhale, crouch and curl. Come up onto your toes, sit your hips towards your heels. And then final touch, tuck your chin, bringing your forehead towards your knees. Want to create the smallest ball pose possible. And we flow, drop your heels down, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, crouch and curl. One more time through. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crouch and curl and pause here. Option to play around with balance. Maybe wrap one forearm around your shins. Maybe the other also wraps around your shins for just a moment. Drop your heels down, inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, arms up by your ears. Really squeeze your ankles together, squeeze your knees together, and then sit your hips a little bit lower. Peek down to make sure that you can see all 10 toes over your knees, and then send your gaze directly forward. If there's any discomfort in your shoulders, bring your hands and arms to shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Bring your arms back behind you, palms facing down. Really squeeze your pinkies towards one another. Chest is leaning slightly forward. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Lift your left knee up. Left knee comes in line with your left hip. Flex your left toes. One more inhale. Exhale, figure four. Bring your left ankle to your right knee. Rebend into your right knee. Sit your hips back. Should be feeling the stretch through your outer left glute and quad. Getting into those hips. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Other side, inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee lifts this time. Exhale, figure four. Bring your right ankle to your left knee. Sit your hips low, rebending into that left knee. And then keep your chest lifted as much as you can. Keeping your lower back lengthened will intensify the stretch through your right hip. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back, find that high plank position. Shift a couple inches forward, lower into low plank, keeping your elbows in towards your rib cage. Then inhale to upward facing dog. Come to the tops of your feet and your hands. Shine your chest forward. Try to lift your kneecaps up off of your mat. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right heel high. Flex your right toes down towards your mat. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Try to heel toe as you step forward. Inhale, warrior two. Spin your back heel down so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Lift up, extend your arms in opposite directions. Really bend into your front knee. And then gaze over right fingertips. Nice. Exhale, extended side angle, lean forward. Bring your right elbow to your right knee, left arm reaches high. And you can use that right elbow to press your right knee a little bit more open. Inhale, reverse triangle pose, straighten through your front leg. Lift your right arm up and back. Your left hand is rested on your back leg. Little to no weight in that left hand. One more inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward with your right fingertips till you can't reach anymore. Then bring your right hand down, left arm reaches high. Nice. The triangle pose, you want to try to tuck your right hip underneath your left hip. So if that means coming up a little bit, do so, and you want to stay lengthened through both sides of your body. This is an active pose. You might feel your abs working. Inhale up to star pose. Star pose, bring your toes slightly in, heels out. Extend your arms long. Take one more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Bring your hands to your mat. And then take any movement you need here. You can sway side to side. Maybe grab for your ankles. And use that traction to pull your torso a little bit closer to your legs. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low lunge at the top of your mat. So your right foot is forward. Inhale, low lunge twist. Keep your left hand planted into your mat. Inhale, right arm high. If it's okay on your neck, gaze up towards your right fingertips. And then keep that back leg active. You want your back knee lifted up off of your mat. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, step that right foot back. Option to keep your right foot lifted for an extra challenge. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can also skip chaturanga whenever we do it and just go straight to down dog. Totally up to you. All right, other side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands. Try to land your left heel before your left toes. Inhale, warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Lift your chest up. Rebend into your left knee. And then gaze over extended left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left elbow to the inside of your left knee. Right arm reaches high. Inhale, reverse triangle pose. Straighten both legs. Rest your right hand on your back leg. Reach your left hand up and back. One more breath here. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach forward with left fingertips. And then when you can't reach anymore, bring your left hand down. Right arm reaches high. And then just like we did on the other side, you want your front hip to tuck under your back hip. So your left hip, work on rolling it under your right hip. Right hip, work on rolling it on top of your left hip. And then stay lengthened through both sides of your body. Inhale, star pose. I'm gonna spin around. Toes in, heels out. Extend your arms in opposite directions. And wide-legged forward fold, round two. Inhale, halfway lift right here. Just reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Your left foot is forward. Inhale, low lunge twist. Keep your right hand planted into your mat. Inhale your left hand up. So twisting towards your front bent leg. And then keep that back leg active. So straighten it as much as you can. One more breath here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, we're gonna flow through that series. See how much time we have, but at least once. So right side is first. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Lean forward. Inhale, reverse triangle, lean back, straighten both legs. Exhale, triangle pose, reach forward. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, left side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle pose. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, low lunge. Right hand stays planted. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, chaturanga, or straight to down dog. Inhale, up dog if you're doing chaturanga. Exhale, down dog. We'll go one more time through. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, lean forward. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, chaturanga. Try to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here. We have one more side. But take a breath in through your nose. Let some heat out through your mouth. All right, one more side. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift, find a flat back. Exhale, low lunge. Almost there, you guys got it. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. All right, nice job. Come onto your mat. We're just gonna do boat pose for core today. So feel free to grab some water now that we're extra warmed up. And then when you're ready for boat pose, find your sits bones, sit up nice and tall, and then shift your weight back, keeping your back flat. Really engage your core. Feel your toes come light on your mat. Maybe lift your feet up. And you can keep your hands behind your thighs or bring your hands out to your sides. Keep your core engaged. Keep breathing. Here for just 10 more seconds. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Grab behind your thighs. And move into Sphinx pose. We'll take a little rest pose. So come onto your belly. Bring your forearms to parallel. Spread your fingers wide on your mat. And then keep your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then grip into your mat with your fingers. Pull your chest forward. You should feel a release through your belly, through your abs. Keep your neck nice and long. All right, and then press up. Come into Malasana, frog squat. So frog squat, bring your feet about mat width distance apart. Toes out, heels in, knees track over your toes. Bring your hands to heart center. And then bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. We're just gonna hang out here for a couple breaths. Bring your attention to your spine. You want a straight spine as much as possible. It can be especially hard in our low back. Most people don't have that flexibility. I don't have that flexibility. So my low back is always a little round in this pose. So that's always something that I try to work on. Make sure your chest is open. Remember your breath. All right, and then come to child's pose. Child's pose, knees to the outside edges of your mat. Big toes behind you to touch. Walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down on your mat. And then option to bring in a little forearms or a little arm stretch in this pose. You can bring your hands to prayer position and then bend your elbows, bringing your hands to the nape of your neck. And then from here, press your chest and your shoulders a little bit closer to your mat. And make your way to downward facing dog. Move through tabletop position. And then down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle pose. So bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow, palms together to touch. And then left leg is your base. Wrap your right knee over your left knee. You can use your right toes as a kickstand on the outside of your left foot or work it behind your left calf. Wherever you are, really squeeze your legs together. That's your base. The harder you squeeze, the stronger your base is going to be. And then if it's more comfortable to bring your opposite hand to opposite shoulder rather than the eagle arms, that's totally fine. All right, find an unmoving point to gaze at to help with balance. Now we're going to move into our next balancing pose, which is airplane pose. But unwind your legs, keep your arms where they are. Come into one-legged mountain pose with your legs. And then swing your right leg back as you move towards parallel with your body and your right leg with your mat. Keep your arms until you're parallel. And then unwind your arms. Actually, we're not going to move into airplane pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Flex your right toes towards your mat. Again, gazing at something that's unmoving helps with balance. And then find balancing stick pose. Send your arms forward. You can find a steeple grip with your hands, just leaving your index fingers free. Balancing stick, final touch, point your back toe. One more breath here, you got it. And then up to mountain pose. Nice. And shake out your left leg. All right, we're gonna do it on the other side. I think I have space. So find chair pose again. Eagle pose on the left side this time. So wrap your left elbow underneath your right elbow. Right leg is your base. Wrap your left knee over your right knee. Squeeze your legs together. And then squeeze your arms together. Two more breaths here. And then keeping your arms, unwind your legs. Find one-legged mountain pose with your legs. And then when you're ready, move into eagle armed airplane pose. Bring your torso and your back leg parallel to your mat. And then whenever you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. Next is balancing stick pose. Find a steeple grip. Interlace your fingers, leave your index fingers free. Send your hands forward, point your back toes. One more breath, you got it. Inhale up to mountain pose. Nice. Exhale, standing at attention. Bring your hands together at heart center. We'll take a breath here. Bring your arms wide. Exhale to heart center. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Inhale, lift your right heel high. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Right ankle somewhere behind your left wrist. Then untuck your back toes. Take a moment to get situated, making sure that your hips are relatively square. And then find sleeping half pigeon. Walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead on your mat or on your hands. And don't forget to breathe in this pose. Few more breaths here. And when you're ready, replace your palms on your mat. Step your right foot back to downward facing dog, shaking out your right leg on the way. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind your right wrist. Untuck your back toes. Square your hips as much as possible. And then find sleeping half pigeon. Walking your hands forward. You can rest on your forearms or come all the way down, bringing your forehead to your mat. Couple more breaths here. And lift your torso up. Replace your palms on your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. And then come onto your knees. Spin your legs around in front of you, and then come all the way onto your back. Set up for bridge pose. Bring the soles of your feet onto your mat, close enough to your hips that you can almost brush them with your fingertips. Inhale, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Really press into your mat with your heels to lift your hips a little bit higher. And then if you want to take a bind at your low back, just interlace your fingers, and then you can come up onto your shoulders a bit more. So rolling your shoulder blades further under your spine. This will also get you more height through the hips. One more round of breath. And release. Release your bind, lower back onto your mat. Find Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, knees open wide, just how we began class. We're going to take a second round of bridge pose. So bring your feet back to your mat. Inhale, bridge pose. And again, option for that bind. One more round of breath. And release. Come on to your mat. And then grab behind your thighs, gently rock up to a seated position. We're just going to take a simple seated forward fold to counteract the back bend of bridge pose. So sit up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Grab forward anywhere along your legs, your toes. You can bend your knees as much as you want. And make this forward fold whatever you need. You can make it active with a flat back, or more passive with a rounded spine. And inhale your torso back up and come back onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Happy baby pose. Reach up and grab for the insides or outsides of your feet. Use your hands to pull your knees a little bit closer to your mat. And then you can stay still or maybe rock side to side. Option to extend one leg then the other or both. If you're staying still, you can think about pressing the entire length of your spine into your mat, all the way down to your tailbone. Bring your knees into your chest. Send your left leg long. And then squeeze your right knee up towards your right armpit. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your right knee over your torso. Then extend your right arm long, gaze over right fingertips. Notice if you're hanging onto any muscles in this pose and just let them go. There's no goal to keep both shoulders on your mat or for your right knee to touch your mat. And come back through center, switch out your legs. Send your right leg long. Squeeze your left knee towards your left armpit. Big inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your left knee over your torso. And then extend your left arm long, gaze over left fingertips. Maybe close your eyes. Bring both knees back to center. Give your knees a big squeeze, find ball pose. Tuck your chin, bring your forehead towards your knees. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Big inhale. Exhale, Shavasana, corpse pose. Send your legs long, relax your arms by your sides. Close your eyes. And take a moment to get comfortable, take up space. Take a mental scan of your body, starting at your toes. Notice if you're hanging on to any muscles. And tell them to relax. Let your feet fall open. Relax your legs, relax your arms and your shoulders. Relax your face muscles. We'll be here for just a couple breaths. And if you're ready to move on from Shavasana, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Begin to deepen your breath. And over the next 3 or 4 breaths, make your way to a comfortable seated position. And sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center. Take a big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to third eye center, the space between your eyebrows. And bow forward. Namaste. All right, thanks for joining. I'll see you next time.